Cheers. Yeah. Hey.
First and last podcast in the studio for a long time, fellas. Great to be back.
Great to be here.
Great to be back.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. Thanks for asking me to come on.
Yeah, dude.
No better way to go out.
It's been a long time since I've been on.
Yeah. It's been a long time since me or Andrew have actually recorded a podcast where we're all in person. And let me tell you, we're a minute in, it's exhilarating.
Yeah, I was going to say that's exciting.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Feels way more comfortable. Like the flow, just right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm already just back at ease.
Yeah.
It's a conversation. It's not.
Zoom's just weird, or however you guys do it.
Yeah, it's been on
video conference.
Yeah, all on Zoom, but we're here now, dude. I think it was when you came back from your trip, your West Coast road adventure.
Yeah.
That's when the last time we had you on, which was probably November.
Yeah. So the trip was in September, so
maybe October.
September, October.
Yeah.
But since then, dude, you had noodle arms back then, and now you are fucking diesel wagon, dude. Look at you.
Dude.
You're a meat castle.
The grind don't stop.
Clearly doesn't. Are you working out every day, or what's going on?
I work out every day, yeah. Or I try to.
No,
not every day.
Come on, dude. You are fucking consistent.
4 days a week.
Yeah.
I
try
really
to get
good.
4 days a week.
That's fire.
You come home
One
around
day.
7:30ish every day.
Yeah. Work typically 8 to 5. And then
You're out of the house just around 7.
work out 5:15 to anywhere from 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
You've become Mr. Consistency for sure.
Yeah.
You have your methodical fucking day, and
I'm a routine person.
Routine.
That's just the way it goes.
Mhm.
I mean, some people thrive on it, and some people, more like yourself, Declan, kind of sporadic all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I like to know where I'm going to be at what time each day, which I've come to learn is kind of a weird personality trait of mine, but it's who I am.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally reasonable, dude. So I gotta address this. So this is news to me, and I'm sorry that maybe we hadn't had a dialogue about this before now, but I heard rumors that you may have gotten a little lazy and don't take trips down to the bathroom as much as we need to be. You have a gallon of piss next to your bed.
This is the last place where I would want this spoken about.
Dude, you have a full-on gallon of piss. These guys told me earlier today, they're like, yeah, dude, Jack's just got a gallon of piss that he pees in because he doesn't want to go down to the bathroom every day.
Well, it's not
It's
that
fucking disgusting. And I went and saw it, and it's physically in your room.
It's not that I don't want to go down to the bathroom, but when did this start? I think it was when I had COVID in
Yes.
June. I wanted to limit myself going anywhere but my room as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of a courtesy thing to everyone else. So we'll start with that. So if anyone's pissed off about it,
Nice.
no pun intended, it was out of the goodness and kindness of my own heart, first of all. Second of all, I don't know what it is, but the last year, 2 years, I'll say year and a half, I got an issue. I go to the bathroom way too often. And it's gotten to the point where I can't make it through the night without having to use the bathroom.
I remember you coming home one day and you were WebMDing diabetes or something.
Yeah.
you were heavily concerned because you're peeing so much.
I still am. It's kind of bizarre.
Oh, man.
I used to make the 5-hour trek home to Kenosha without stopping.
Right.
Pedal to the metal. Don't stop once.
Mm-hmm.
And it's impossible for me now.
That's crazy.
But
I
anyways,
guess you're getting old and wise.
when that's happening in the middle of the night, at least once a night, I might as well just go. And to the listeners, now that the secret's out, so thanks for that.
Cat's out the bag.
Anyways, my room's on the 3rd floor, bathroom's on the 2nd floor. You both have navigated those stairs in the dark. It's not fun.
Treacherous.
Yeah, it's treacherous. It's a hike.
Yeah, within the 3 years of living in this house together, I think we've had a total in the double digits of people who have fallen down those stairs.
Yeah.
Most of them inebriated.
My favorite one, real quick, is Nasser.
Oh man.
Just healing one of the steps and just nuking the stairs. And my broom sits right below the stairs, and I swear I rolled off my bed, and I was like, "Bomb!" And I walked over, and it's pitch black, and I was like, open the door, and Nasser's just fucking pancaked against the wall. I'm like, "You good?" He's like, "Oh, I slipped." But yeah, there's been some fucking falls.
The best part about that story is obviously it's right by my room too. I slept through the whole thing.
Right.
No worries.
How many guests would you bring? That we brought up here? They're always just like, dude, these are some steep stairs.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone has been here for the first time and come up those stairs and not made a comment.
Every time.
So, it's out of the goodness of my own heart before anything. Second of all, safety. It's a safety concern. Third of all, it's not laziness as opposed to convenience. It's not that I'm too lazy, but I'm looking out for my roommates.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to be waking people up in the middle of the night. I mean, come on. Don't want to hurt myself falling down the stairs. I mean, come on. And then lastly, hey, it's just convenient.
Dude, just the thought of you like being so lazy to not go downstairs.
It's not lazy.
You're lazy.
It's not that
You're lazy to not even get out of the bed. Like, have you figured out a way to like just roll on your side and just like pee in the fucking?
That's exactly what I do.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. And
Well,
I
actually,
really wish we weren't talking about this on a highly marketable social platform, but here we are.
well, we're gonna clip this part out of any other thing we talk about. I know Matt Herron's gonna be coming up here, and that might be some content. But I would say, we have to be blasting you, putting you on blast. Like that's something we go on LinkedIn with.
It's kind of bizarre because this is the first anyone has said anything about it. Andrew's never once said one thing. Matt Herron's never once said anything.
Dude, I had to ask. Like honestly,
I didn't even think anyone knew.
Okay, so like people pee in water bottles on job sites all the time, and they fucking, it's really not a problem until they leave them in the walls, like the actual water bottles just sitting out, like in the walls and like on the
build a building
floor.
around piss.
Yeah, like there's piss bottles in the ceiling tiles and like in the cavity spaces of walls and in the vents.
That's
and,
an issue.
And it's just like, this is so nasty that I have to like grab someone else's pee bottle and throw it away. So it's like
gross.
Quite disturbing to see a gallon full of piss. Like a gallon of water is 8 pounds. Like you have 8 pounds of fluid just sitting in your room for no reason. Like,
well, it's not that much.
Do you dump it out every once in a while?
I dump it out daily, if not every other day.
All right. Well, that's reasonable. I wouldn't say that's...
It's not that there's a whole gallon of piss sitting in my room.
When I walked in there, I was like, this guy is just letting it leak.
That's like 2 pisses.
That's insane.
I think I have an issue. I'm serious.
When you start Googling symptoms on WebMD, that's when you know you got props, dude.
You got props.
And it always tells you have like cancer.
It's always worse.
Oh, yeah. It's always worse than it really is.
Oh.
I actually started the diabetes protocol from Way Laboratories.
Do you think it's diabetes?
So I have a few symptoms that make me think it might be diabetes.
Okay.
Such as constant thirst, which is like a telltale sign. I'm always thirsty. Always
you just
drinking
need
water.
a girlfriend, dude.
Well, maybe. Thirst trap is real. And then, the other big one is incontinence is the medical term.
Incontinence.
The beauty.
Look who's here, dude.
There he is.
Enough of
Grab
you,
a
Jack
seat.
Burke.
We got some beers for you, too.
Yeah, on your left there.
Yeah.
I'm sober.
That's right.
You are?
Yeah. Right now. I'm not about to be.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Get behind the mics, dude. You're back. How's the volume in your headphones?
I don't have any snare in my headphones.
You need some more snare?
I need more snare.
What's up, Bill?
I don't know what snare means.
You want to share this?
What is it? No, you're good, dude.
All right.
Is the sound in your headphones actually
Yeah,
good?
it's good.
Okay.
Marcus, how does his angle look? Does his little boom arm get in his face? That's the only thing that happens sometimes.
I can move over.
It's good. Okay. All right.
Sorry, boys. I was just cutting deals, making shitloads of money.
Right. We knew you were doing something important.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't question it. Don't get me wrong. We did just spend the last good 5 minutes addressing Jack's gallon of piss next to his bed.
What's going on?
It's the first this has been brought up. I've been pissing in a jug. And Declan just asked me about it.
How often is it emptied?
Every day, every other day.
Okay. And is it the same jug? Or are you getting different jugs of water?
It's the same jug.
Same jug.
It's just pee. I'm not filling it up with water or anything
That's good.
Good. Yeah, you're not drinking.
Where do you
it.
dump it?
Nor am I drinking it. In the toilet?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Reasonable.
Just in the trash cans?
Yeah.
In the sink.
In
Yeah.
the sinks?
It's the way of the road.
So, Matt, now that you're here, I guess we should probably provide some context to what we're doing today. So, this is our last podcast ever in this studio. And so we were like, what better people to record with than our roommates? Because we're all moving out in 2 weeks' time. And one of our roommates, Matty C, has already pretty much moved out.
Yeah, he passed away.
Passed away.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He's gone.
He's gone forever.
He's gone to the suburbs.
Yeah. His heaven is actually just a really tiny shoebox house. And he's going to have a roommate there, too. You're going to live with him, right, Jack?
Yeah.
And he's got a dog.
I
he
saw
bought a
that.
And a dog.
Yeah.
God damn
Cooper.
it, that guy. Ugh.
It's a cute dog.
It is very.
It-
You
it
said
looks
it's well
really
behaved,
cute.
Andrew.
It's
and
well. It's shy. It's naturally shy. So like that's like, I'm a fan of that.
If anyone's worse with dogs than me, it's you. And
Facts.
He's been trying to fight
therefore,
this,
I
though.
very much value your opinion.
Yes. Thank you.
And you were like, it's okay,
Right. I've been
which
leveling
makes
up.
me much more comfortable.
I've been addressing my issues recently.
Good.
I've been facing it head on. I'm tired of being the person that everyone's like, all right, Andrew, dog's in the room. How do you feel? I'm so
like it's clearly a problem.
It's a clearly problem. It's like it's not an issue, but like I want that dead in the water.
You want the dog dead in the water? Are you dealing with this? Are you dealing with this in therapy? Because it's clearly not just an opinion
Right.
thing. It's clearly like a deep-seated thing.
Right,
Like,
it's deeply rooted.
It's repressed memories.
Yeah.
Something happened to you. You were beaten with a dog.
I'm addressed. Yeah.
Not
this is-
attacked by a dog, but beaten with a dog.
These are weekly therapy sessions. I had like, it's the small dogs, it's the big dogs, it's all the dogs.
Yeah.
And we're walking through apartment shopping for the next home we're gonna be living in, and every single lady moving around was like, "Oh, so do you guys have a dog? Will you need like to pay for an extra dog?" And Matt just turns around, "Nope, Andrew doesn't like dogs."
Absolutely no dogs. He hates dogs and music and dancing. He's like Stalin.
He loves reading books written by Ernest Hemingway specifically. And
Yes.
that's it.
So I found myself a lady who has a dog, and now I can address it head on. And now I'm like, all right,
So she had you inherited this thing.
it's
Kinda like
now it's a
having
part of my life.
Kind of like
So-
me. I had no choice. I'm just getting a dog.
Hey, dude, I
Yeah.
did the same thing. I accidentally inherited a dog and a cat.
I accidentally inherited you guys, so it's a similar. It's a similar thing.
we're all in the
We're
same
all
way.
dealing with the same issues.
Sounds like
Yeah.
we all got some things to talk about.
And I didn't like you guys at the beginning either, and I had to get over those issues, right?
Wait,
so
can
we're
we-
all working on this.
Can we talk about one thing that this house had to endure? Speaking of pets, like we full on had an untrained husky in our house for like a year.
Yeah, she was a coyote.
Mm-hmm.
She was not a dog.
Aurora, dude. R.I.P.
Aurora.
R.I.P. to her as well.
Yep.
A menace.
R.I.P. to. Oh, we're gonna have to cut that. All right,
Totally
mark that.
R.I.P.
Mark that.
What minute are we at?
Can we get a timestamp?
Let's put the dolphin noises. in
The way
now.
you two just looked at me, and I was like, "Wait a minute,
Maybe not.
Maybe I just remember the day they broke up and we were all sitting outside like by the fire. And I don't know, maybe you guys were there or not, but I just remember Andrew asked Matt straight up. So he's like, "So, what's Aurora gonna do?" He was like, "It's going with her." And we were like, "That's so awesome."
Thank God.
I was not there for that because I didn't know. I knew they broke up, but I didn't know that Aurora wasn't coming back for like at least a week. So that whole week I was just on pins and needles, like looking around for the dog.
Like we
Like
usually
so.
had to do,
Like so
looking around corners.
You had to find a way to like deadbolt your door from the inside so that Aurora wouldn't pound through it and just rip apart your room.
That was when I stole the only key, which I still have, that locks all the doors in our house.
Oh, you do have it? I thought you lost that a long time ago.
No, I still have it. So there's like a skeleton key that came with the house that locks like our bathrooms. It locks the bedrooms. And I took it week 1, and I didn't tell really anyone about it except for Jack.
I never knew about this.
Yeah.
I'm just finding out about this.
Sometimes I would lock Jack's door for him when we were having parties, and I'd lock mine.
I swear you told me you lost it last time we had a party. I was like, can you lock
I think
my
you were
door?
trying to borrow it, so I said that I lost it.
I just wanted
And I
to
was
lock
like,
my
this does
door.
not leave my keychain. It's gone. Nope, don't have it.
It's mine forever.
Yeah, we've thrown a lot of parties in this place. I think we've definitely this studio has seen its days too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's aside from any episode we record in here, all the unrecorded episodes that we've had up here just like trashed at 1 a.m. like random people
Trying to impress chicks.
talking about how cool we are.
And Greg's playing the guitar.
Greg's playing
Yeah.
the guitar, you know.
Had a lot of fun nights in this room.
Yeah.
I'm crying. My eyes out almost every time I drink. So I'm going to miss that.
You saying you were immune to COVID right when it hit.
Yep.
That is one of the most
And guess what?
legendary.
And guess what? I took a lot of heat for that. But if you look at the evidence we have now on the backside of the pandemic, was I wrong?
Still undefeated.
Undefeated.
Didn't you get sick when you got the shot?
Yeah, I did, but that was because I had too much COVID protection.
Oh.
See, if you know about the science, let me tell you about the science, because I'm on the science tip. I'm a science guy. I know about the science tip. If you have a lot of COVID resistance, then you feel bad in the shot. And it was double for me because I was patient 0 for the vaccine. So the vaccine was my
So you
blood.
weren't immune to it.
The
because you
vaccine was
got
my
it.
blood, and then they put the vaccine back in me. It was like blood doping. It makes you feel bad.
Ah.
But
Thanks for clearing that up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Yeah, which is kind of my ideal explanation is to say things until everyone's lost,
Just to be as vague
and then they can't question me.
ambiguous as possible. I think that's the goal. I did feel like a 55-year-old man who hadn't done his taxes and had like 6 kids after that shot though. That sucked. And it ended, and like 2 days later there's something online that was like, no, the Johnson & Johnson single dose is no longer given out. And I like was reading my papers and I was literally like patient 2000 who had gotten the single dose Johnson & Johnson.
You got the Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, dude.
And you were on birth control too, so it was even double dangerous, right?
No.
You had to think about it.
It's like I don't think
I don't think I was.
I don't think I was at all.
No.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, we've had a lot of good times in this house, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been
It started with
3 fruitful years.
Three
I will
fruitful
say
years,
though,
yeah.
before you go to it, Andrew,
Yeah.
we were talking about this earlier. Feels good to be moving out. There's not a lot of like, I mean, I'm already out, but
Yeah, I was gonna say you abandoned us a long time ago.
yeah,
right?
about a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, we're leaving, you know, dang. It kind of feels good to
No.
go to the next spot.
It's a
Mhm.
weird thing where like, the more you live in a place, you realize that it was never that awesome. You know, like I love the house, but it's also just like you start to notice all the shit. You're like, why the fuck this sucks? And at first I was just so overwhelmed with the fact that I was living in a new place and living in a new area with new people.
This massive place.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, this is so sick. We're having parties, but then you're like, where the fuck are all the counters? There's no counter space. And there's a toaster on every square inch of our counters.
And the temperature's not the same in any room.
In any room, the temperature's not the same.
And the bathroom's not on your floor.
In the bathroom,
Which, oh wait, I noticed that day one.
Right, and you're sharing it with 3 other guys.
Yeah.
so you got to poop in a bottle in the
So
middle
might
of the
as well
night.
just poop in my bottle.
So you got to poop in a bottle.
But you're still, again, at the beginning, you were loving it. You were loving it, dude.
You're like, so what? I have to poop in a bottle.
You're like,
Stuff it down.
This
Yeah.
is way better than it was before.
I got to waffle stomp it into this bottle. But that's fine.
The waffle stomp.
And the waffle stomp returns.
Fuck.
The dreaded waffle stomp.
Not the We couldn't move out of this house without one more waffle stomp reference.
Dude, you got to waffle stomp that fucking bathroom on the 2nd floor in Maddie C's room. What an atrocity.
What's going on, Jack? Was this you?
What?
Did you perform the atrocity.
Of World War V, because it
World
skipped 3 and 4.
World War III. It was borderline a genocide that happened in Maddie C's bathroom.
I'm not sure what's being referred to.
There's poop everywhere. It's all over the walls. It's insane in there. It's a poop that's on like the back of the seat when you open it.
Oh.
Like someone put a poop bomb in there and just detonated it.
It's there right now?
And it's still there. It won't
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
Did you plunge it?
Tried
Andrew
multiple
tried.
times.
I tried.
I tried twice, and since the time I've been here, which is less than 24 hours.
No.
It wasn't you?
It wasn't me. It's a highly reasonable guess that it was me.
That's why I wanted to bring it to you, because you are notorious for taking spherical shits.
Yeah, and I clog the toilet every time I poop here, which is why I don't poop here.
Right.
Didn't your parents like buy industrial toilets? In your
Yeah, we have
house?
super flushers. Like the toilets in my parents' home are like an airplane.
Nice. It just sucks
They're
it down.
oh yeah, they're awesome.
It's bananas.
That's sick.
They got sick of me breaking the toilet.
It's good to know you have good stools, though.
I take big poops. It's who I am. I don't know.
So we don't have, because quite honestly, this isn't one of those things that you can just let go.
No.
I mean, it's an atrocity in there.
It's so bad.
It's violence towards us.
It makes no
It's
sense.
borderline violence.
It makes.
I haven't even seen it. I gotta go check this one out.
It's devastating. You'll remember it. You'll dream about it. But so what are our, okay, so if we take Jack at his word, which I'm getting there.
Well, okay, so here's the deal. Sometimes you poop and it goes down,
Yeah.
but then like someone else poops later.
The poop lasagna. Is that what you're referring to?
So that may have happened.
Sure.
I will never leave a toilet clogged. I'll never just get up and walk away if a toilet's clogged.
That's very honorable. But
Well, yeah, that's
so the other the other possibility here.
So I won't. I'll guess I'll leave me on the table with that caveat.
Have you been pooping in Maddie C's bathroom?
Not regularly. Like I said, I don't poop
Yeah.
here, but if I do, I tend to lead towards his bathroom.
So
Hope he's not listening.
if
He's moved out.
here's the thing. So here's where the conspiracy starts to come up, right? So now we've exhausted all the most plausible realities, and we either have a poop bandit who's a visitor to the house.
We're in the 4th dimension.
We're in the 4th dimension, and we have a poop bandit who's either breaking into our house or is one of our friends and left us a disgusting mess for us.
Maybe it was
Or
him. Maybe it was Matt.
Maddie C
All right.
As a parting
sabotaged
gift.
us.
He sabotages.
He purposely clogged the toilet and pooped on top of it in a spite effort towards us for something that one of you two did.
It's definitely our
It's
fault.
definitely
It's something Declan did a year ago.
There's a really good chance that that's true.
He knew you were going to be using this room.
yeah.
Yeah, you know how stoked I was? I was like, damn, I get, Maddie C's room again. This is awesome. Move the bed down here. Get all giddy up. Get your own bathroom. Take massive shits. And then I get there, and it was so stinky in
And
there.
Christina,
Poor Christina.
poor Christina.
Poor
Can
Christina.
we just talk about this for a second?
Yeah. So sad.
She walks into our house, and I mean, we're in the middle of moving right now. Our house is a disaster.
Disaster everywhere.
There's no we're throwing out all the furniture.
Let's be honest. It was always a disaster.
Kind of, but
There
it was a
times when it
livable
was
disaster.
Yeah.
But now it's there's just shit everywhere. Boxes. She gets to walk into that, and then she gets to walk upstairs to see where she's living. Declan is dragging Jeremy Molina's dirty mattress from the attic
With a blood
with a
stain
blood
on it.
stain on it that he's gonna
Oh.
throw on the ground. And she goes into the bathroom, her only escape, to look into the portal into hell that is in our toilet in Maddie C's bathroom right now. That poor woman.
That poor
That
woman.
poor woman.
She will not be staying with us for the remainder of the
Really?
She's staying at her girlfriend's house.
Was that a
She
new,
had it
was
up.
that a new development?
No.
No.
No. I'm sure she'll be here back tomorrow night. But she's definitely going to try and jerry rig the system to get out of here. I guarantee it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope she does.
She's,
For her own sake.
For her own sake.
she's got 2 or 3 friends that live either in North Loop or on Lake Minnetonka that have really nice condos. So she's like, why would I stay here? This is dumb.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
I was like, but yo, dude, the boys,
Plus, you're here. which
That doesn't help, dude.
She's got to do that. She's got to go through that.
She wants to stay as far away from me as possible.
Tell us how has it been living with a complete stranger that you met on Instagram, and now
Now you're deeply in love with.
now she's your wife? Is that confirmed?
We're not married, no.
You love her though.
Oh, yeah,
But you
she's
love her.
awesome. Yeah, I care about her a lot. She's awesome.
Andrew loves dogs.
Andrew loves dogs.
You love
I love Christina.
Christina.
Yeah, it's that simple. But yeah, that's been a crazy sequence of events because the last time I saw you guys was right before she not moved in, I should say, but was coming to Arizona. And I was like, fellas, I got a mystery girl coming to Tonopah, Arizona.
Yeah. If
But-
I remember correctly, you were going to pick her up from the airport.
God, this is wild.
Yeah.
You didn't know her. You were just going to pick her up from the airport,
Right.
and she was staying with you that first night.
Correct. Yeah, and that was even an evolution in itself. So like for context, she had friends that she was traveling down here with, / they were already here renting out an Airbnb. So she was just flying down. She'd been working from home with all the COVID stuff. So she was like living with her brother in New York for a couple months. Then she was living in a tiny home in Minnesota somewhere. And then she was like, well, I want to get warm and all my friends are coming down. So like, then she decided to move in or fly down into Scottsdale in February. And then we had already been talking at the time. So like we had been trading DMs for like a little less than a year, but basically the impetus was like, I would just take a picture of like a beer or a new seltzer and I would just
When
rate
did you learn the word impetus?
impetus.
Because you've been trying to sneak that in this whole conversation.
Yeah, no, I have. I've actually known that word for a while, I think. Alex French said it the first time I ever heard it on like a podcast 2 years ago. But yeah, I haven't really resurfaced that word until now.
I like it. It
Way
was,
to use your sources.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
It was well placed. It was strategic, but it was subtle.
yeah.
And I'm proud of you.
Bibliography
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
checked.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. No one ever tells me like, Declan, nice word choice
Good
there.
word
you know?
choice there.
You're just like, Declan, you idiot. You shouldn't have said that.
No.
But anyways, yeah, so she just so it doesn't sound like some random woman was like moving into my RV. Like she was coming down to hang out with friends. I told her, she let me know. She was like, "Hey, I'm coming down into town in February." I was like, "Cool, I'll pick you up from the airport." And that was kind of my first little move. Like, okay, like I'll take her on a date or something at least. Like once I pick her up from the airport. But then we started talking more, and then she claimed she always she knew what's like the sign like the zodiac symbols or whatever, like when
The Zodiac Killer.
what moon you were and like all the like
Astrology.
astrology. Sorry,
like
not
you're
zodiac.
like an
She's a big
Aries and like a-
astrologist.
She's big into astrology.
So she's a
and
psychopath.
I was
All right, and what'd she say?
and
I'm
she
sorry.
was
Is she?
Christina, I'm just
What's
kidding.
her sign?
her
first of
signs
all?
and she's an Aries, she's an air sign, and I'm a Aquarius, I'm a fire sign. And so fire and air usually work well together because the fire has a ton of energy the air lights the fire essentially. Is how she describes it. Her words, not mine. Nonetheless.
Fire
she-
needs
And this
oxygen to breathe.
Yeah, and I have like a moon that's a water sign, so like I diffuse her situations and her anxiety quickly because of something.
Oh.
So these are the reasons why she was like, I think this guy's a snatch.
And this
Like,
is
I think this guy's got it.
This guy.
This
fuck.
guy fucks.
Right.
So-
This guy's fire, so and I'm air,
And you have a moon.
we all have
so
moons.
it's all gonna work.
We
out.
all have moons.
Here's
Correct.
the thing. We all share one moon. And there's no water or fire or even air on it. So that's the problem, right?
Yes.
So we don't have we say you have a water moon, right? We say that, but you don't have a water moon, right?
There's just one moon.
Because you have one moon,
Mm-hmm.
which is the moon,
Mm-hmm.
which is the one that's our moon
Correct.
in orbit, and we all share it.
It's a good
Right.
moon. It's a good moon.
It's
a good moon.
Like we can all
Solid
agree we
moon.
like this moon.
Yeah,
We don't
honestly,
need another one.
As moons go,
Right.
one of the better moons.
Wouldn't
Right.
trade this moon for anything.
No, there might be. Well, don't count your blessings, right? We got a moon, so you can't,
All right. We don't want to get greedy here.
No, we don't want to get greedy.
We're not asking for
Saturn's
another
got a
moon.
lot of moons.
Too many moons.
Right.
It
Do
could
we-
give us one more fucking moon, and it
Yeah.
might be a water moon.
Mhm.
And then you could say you have a water moon.
Right.
But the problem is, what's the problem?
That there's only one moon.
Right. And
and that she was using that as just a justification to know that I was a good person and a good match for her.
Right.
Without
And is there water on that moon?
No.
I can't remember.
No, there's not. There's zero water
Okay.
on that moon.
No, I don't think there ever was.
Okay. And so what do we think about that?
It worked out.
Okay.
It worked out in the long run.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. So anyway, so she gets this implication that I'm a match for her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she's a cute girl, you know. Always had fun DMing her pictures of drinks all summer, you know. Give it a shot, right? And then we started like Snapchatting in January, hitting it off, whatever. And then we basically ended up coming to the decision, like, she's like, well, you know, like, where do you live? And I was like, I live in an RV.
I live in a van.
Live in an RV in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, on a farm. You live in a van on a farm.
Yeah.
Which is what you're trying to say.
Quick side story. In Beaver Creek, when that one lady was like trying to catch up with us, and she was like, I live in Scottsdale. I was like, no way, that's cool. I live near there. She's like, no way. And then Matt interjects, no.
And I go, oh, he lives in his car on a farm. And she just goes, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, he's
trying to talk Declan off the ledge.
You're like, yeah, no, he lives in a camper van. He works on a power plant.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. But I told Christina that same shit, and she was like, okay, cool. Like, mind if I like...
You got a nice moon.
Yeah.
Mind if I move in with you and fall in love with you?
Kind of.
That's
but like,
dope. I love that.
It was super cool. So, like, picked her up from the airport. I was so nervous the first time I actually picked her up. I remember her walking out of like the doors or whatever.
Like, that's her.
And I was like, oh my God, this woman is a snack. Like, this is she's way hotter than I thought. And then I was like sweating and shit. I helped her grab her stuff, and I opened the back trunk. And you know how like the trunks have those like cover pads that
Was this before you had your car or after?
I'd just gotten my new car. So my hatchback has like one of those like pads that's attached with the strings that goes up and down. Yep. Well, when I opened the trunk thing, that thing just like fucking fell off. So that I had to fix that, and it took me like 10 hours to fix that. And
while
then,
you're sweating.
While I'm sweating, and I like finally put her stuff in, and I was like, God, I don't know if that's me or if that took forever. But then I just like turned around, and she's just sitting there like looking at me like this, like, how's it going? I'm like, let's get in the car. So we get in the car, and then I'm like sitting in my seat, like I can't find a good like comfortable spot to like sit in my own goddamn.
Hot in here?
I was like,
it's so
God.
hot in here.
And I literally go, I'm like, I'm so nervous. Like, I'm so nervous. I didn't think this through. Like, I didn't really.
Wait, you said that?
I was like, I didn't.
I love that.
Good work.
Yep.
I was like,
I took over the situation.
Yeah, I put it in my court. I'm like, I'm really hot. Can we roll the windows down? She's like, I'm really hot too. And I was like, I know you're hot, but like, we need to roll the windows down. Fucking burning up.
But here's another issue. You live in Arizona.
Right.
It's gonna be
better.
Inside the car, you're really, really hot. Outside the car, it's gonna be super, super hot. Right?
In or out doesn't matter.
In or out. It's gonna be hot.
Typically. But then after that, I mean, went on a date, and then she came back to the place. She liked it.
You got a dog together.
No,
that
we didn't
day?
Even. No. The dog story comes later. But yeah, basically she never really. She went so later that week that she, that from when I picked her up from the airport. That was like a Monday. Thursday she had an interview at Target, and like I hadn't had my Wi-Fi at the RV like set up yet, so she was like, okay, take me back into town, and I'll live with my friends until the weekend. Well, that didn't last very long, because when I just went into town on like Saturday, and then we met up, and then basically since that time that we went out to dinner that night, she basically came back and then hasn't left since. So it's pretty wild.
It's beautiful.
It's wild.
And when did the moons come in?
You would have to ask her, dude, because she still tries to explain this to me. The moon thing has to do with like what phase of how close you were to the full moon when you were born, and like what time it was. So then each time and each position of the moon represents a different type of air, water, earth, fire. Yeah, and fire.
Fire, water, yeah.
Yeah, and that.
And then you become a bender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
All in all,
that's
I mean,
that's the shtick of it.
yeah. I'm meeting her for the first time last night, picking up Declan and her from the airport, and seeing her strut into the date night podcast with 120 people and meeting all of those people and then driving her home and being like, that shit rocked. Your friends kick ass. I would do that again. That's cool. Because that is an intimidating ass situation. When we just hosted our grand finale of the date night podcast, shit worked, and she was all about it, and people were welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. She did an awesome job. She also had to introduce herself to everyone. 'Cause
so many people.
you didn't do that.
I did. I tried to. I tried to.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation, but yeah, I think I set it up good enough to where like people knew who she was, so that people just come up and introduce themselves to her, knowing who she was already.
Right.
So I think that worked out fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole dog situation too is bananas. Like on this farm that I live on, we have this landlord, who runs the farm, and randomly one night he just came home with a border collie like pup, and was like, "Yeah, this is Bucks. Name's Bucks, girl dog."
Hey, why are all these beers super fruity tasting?
That's the type of beer. It's
fruit beer.
It's if you look here, it's Golden Road Brewing, and all of the different types of flavors are inspired by the different fruit
Different
carts
fruits?
that are on the boardwalk on the ocean.
It's like
Got it.
California's version of Leinenkugels.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Do you like them?
I think it's pretty good.
You had the mango cart. That's my favorite. Pineapple's pretty dank too.
Let me hear your thoughts, Matt. Be honest. Tell Declan your truth.
Be honest, dude.
Speak your
Here's
truth.
the thing.
Here, bring your moons out.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need your
Here,
fire
I'm
moon.
gonna bring my moon out.
Bring
I need
your
your
fire
fire moon,
moon.
because we all know you have a fire moon.
Can someone look up my moon,
It's fiery.
please?
What's my moon?
What's my fucking moon?
Your moon is clearly not the same as that beer's moon.
All right, I don't have a pineapple moon. We know that now. That was ass. But no, here's the problem. I like fruits, and I like beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also like what are two other things that I like?
I don't know. You like
Making deals.
Video games,
Yeah.
making money and sitting in your room.
Here,
Fuck tons
how
of
about
money.
Sitting in your room all day.
I like a nice shower after a long day,
and to start your
and
day.
I-
45-minute shower.
and I like grilling a nice steak. Those are two things that I really, really like. I like doing those.
Showers and steaks.
Showers, taking long showers after a long day, and grilling a steak. Now, if I wanted to do those together, I was like, let's get the grill, let's roll it upstairs. We're going to get the propane going, just open the window. And I would like to cook a steak in the shower. What would you tell me?
I
Knock
think
it off.
you're overdoing it.
Yeah, knock it off.
Right. Maybe those two things we should just do maybe back to back, maybe not together, right? What if I liked throwing the frisbee and also driving a motorcycle, right? So do you think that we should be playing frisbee while I'm on a motorcycle?
No, we shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't be doing that,
dangerous.
right?
Dangerous. Yeah.
And so
Maybe if you're wearing a helmet, but
Right.
dangerous.
And so that is my opinion.
Got it. Don't want to do two fun things at the same time.
Golden Road.
Golden Road.
Don't need two fun things
We
together.
don't need two fun things together. Sometimes we can do two fun things together, but sometimes we can just do two fun things maybe separately, and they're pretty fun.
They're still great times.
They're still great
Yeah.
things. Fruit's great. We all love fruit here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say anything bad about fruit.
No, not. We're a pro fruit podcast.
And I like
Yeah.
beers, but I just don't like cooking. I just don't like grilling steaks in the shower while playing frisbee.
That's totally reasonable.
Yeah. Thank you for walking me
That's
through that.
totally
You're welcome.
reasonable. Yeah. I
And
just
could
thought-
I have just said that I didn't really like the beer? I could have done that, dude.
All right, but this is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
But this is a podcast.
where you make everything longer.
It's really not how it works, dude. I'm glad. Yeah. Thank you for that, Matt. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I kind of like them.
Yeah. No. I just think they're awesome because they kind of taste like it's got the seltzer vibe to it, but it's just a beer.
I actually thought I was drinking a seltzer for a while, and then I realized I don't feel like I'm full of bubbles.
Right.
And I looked at the can, and I was like, holy cow.
Here's the real question. Can Andrew drink them?
I took a sip,
He took a sip.
and I was like, I could roll the dice with this.
Yeah.
There's potential here, but why roll the dice
Yeah.
and
No
KO
sense.
myself for the whole night?
Yeah.
That ain't
No
that. Yeah,
sense in
that ain't
that.
fun.
I know. I should go to the doctor. Matt's been telling me for years. There's one pill that I could take. And
There's a
fix
single
it.
pill
A
that you
single
can
pill.
you can pretty much cure heartburn.
Heartburn
You
pretty
don't have
quick.
to just die from it
Yeah,
slowly.
slowly wither away.
Yeah.
I'll
feeble.
give you some herbs.
Some of the herbs helped me get rid of acid reflux.
Isn't that the issue?
No, it's heartburn. Like it's like a knife.
Caused by acid reflux.
Isn't that?
It's kind of the same
It's
thing.
acid reflux.
Sure.
Acid reflux is the condition. I think heartburn is the symptom.
Okay. Potato,
On
potato.
the, on the science tip.
Yeah, I feel like that's showering while you're barbecuing at that point.
That's true. We don't want to be. You're right. And that was a good.
We don't
Your
want to
stomach,
overdo it.
your stomach isn't producing enough acid, and when that happens, your pyloric sphincter, which is at the bottom of
which
your
is your
esophagus,
butt. Which is your butthole.
right.
Your
Big
bum.
poops.
it
your
opens
bum
up, and the
Your
acid
ass
that is
opens
in
up.
your stomach, instead of breaking down food and doing what it should do, creeps up through that pyloric sphincter, up your esophagus, causing that heartburn. So I'll put you on the protocol. You'll be all right.
So I got that going for me.
I don't
You'll be
think
alright.
I don't have a sphincter down there.
Which
Dude.
is
I've only got one.
Jack,
Sphincter.
your hero's journey is
Sphincter.
wild, dude. Your hero's journey is so wild.
What's a hero's journey?
Just your journey of how from a start to a finish point. There's no finish for you, obviously, but the start point was you were,
So like, are you trying to say your life?
no, dude, just the last 3 years for Jack post grad.
That's when I became a hero.
No, that's when your hero's journey started. That's what I'm referring to as your
Oh.
journey.
Right.
Your progression has become is wild. You started as a weenie, a mega weenie.
A total fucking L7 weenie.
Where is this
Mega-
coming from?
Yeah.
Mega weenie
Yeah.
with noodle arms.
You did have noodle
Doing-
arms.
Doing what were you doing? You were selling insurance to old people?
I never sold insurance. I just
You
worked-
didn't even get to the sale. You did what?
I worked for a giant insurance broker
Got it.
who brokered insurance for other giant corporations,
Got it. But anyways, you were a weenie,
and it sucked ass.
and now you're hustling Eastern medicine, and you got massive arms.
Hey.
Is that
And I'm a hero.
is that correlation or causation?
Correlation cause it. I don't know.
Are the massive arms because you switched your job?
yes,
Or is what's
100%.
the chicken and the egg
Okay.
here?
So actually, kind of,
Yeah.
because I stopped going to the Uptown LA Fitness and I started going to the LA Fitness across the street from my office, which is where Rocky Austin works out.
When you work out with a guy named Rocky,
and I work, and
Rocky Austin?
and
Yeah,
Rocky's
you're
built
getting
like
jacked.
a
you can check.
brick
You're
shit
shooting up
house.
steroids in the locker room.
Yeah.
All
the
right.
LA
And you're doing
Fitness.
coke and you're working out and you're getting huge. All right.
and Eastern medicine.
Rocky Austin? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Yeah. Jack is bringing a bunch of herbs. They're chopping them up with a razor blade in the bathroom, and they are going to work on the daily.
So yes, the new job definitely led to the larger arms.
Phenomenal progression. That's
Yeah,
all I gotta say.
correlation.
Definitely no causation.
Correlation does not lead to causation, but in this example, it does.
There it is.
All right.
Solved.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah. The
Well,
heroes.
that was-
You
that
can go
was
home now.
sweet.
You
hero's
you can
journey.
turn this off now.
Now I'm a hero.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Proud of you,
Is it
Jack.
June 1st yet? I'm ready to move out.
Yeah. We get a pool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's sick.
That is sick.
You guys are on the same level, right? As the pool. It's on the third floor.
We're on the same level as each other as well.
Everything's just going to be clean.
Everything's going to be
We get to
clean.
park underground.
We get 3 bathrooms.
We don't have to worry about Uptown.
No kidding.
There's 3 separate bathrooms for 3 separate people.
There's a half
Yeah,
bath.
2.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So no one's pooping in our bathrooms. So when Maddie C comes over and tries to commit human atrocities,
World War 7.
World War 7,
We're on 7
we
now.
we stick them out in the lobby bathroom.
What was the whole deal? I was also thinking that the reason why that toilet's not unclogging is because it's got all them baby wipes in there that you guys had problems with before.
Yeah, that's
Jonah.
Jonah Stillman.
Jonah the kid.
What happened with that?
Well, Matty C bought a bunch of baby wipes to give to the homeless. He did this awesome thing where he made like gift bags during the winter.
Yes.
Handed them out to the homeless people
Yeah.
around Uptown.
Cool.
Ton of people. He gave gifts. Awesome thing.
Yeah.
But he had leftover baby wipes. Jonah grabs one, brings them to the bathroom, and uses them. And Matt and I, for literally 3 weeks, tell him you can't put baby wipes in the toilet. You just can't do it. I mean, it literally says it on the back. It clogs
You
everything.
can't flush
And
it.
he's like, I do it at my parents' home all the time. I was like,
Listen, you grew up in a giant gingerbread house, okay?
right.
You were rich, bro. You had rich guy plumbing.
This is
Jonah's claim to fame on TikTok, his only viral video, is because he took a video of his sink
Yeah.
and it
Look
went
what
viral because it's so cool.
Right, this is a 1910 house. Plumbing's atrocious.
Even my parents' super flush toilets, you can't put wipes down.
Put on baby wipes. Yeah. So he
Which
did
is
that.
also who the fuck is buying baby wipes if you can't flush them? What are you doing with them? You're putting them in the garbage can?
We also
Right.
have 2 bidets.
Well, I mean, you're throwing out a baby's diaper. You're also throwing out the wipes. It's all in one thing. It's a 2-for-1.
I guess, man. But
I don't
throwing,
know. I'm trying to put logic behind it.
I don't know. If I look in your garbage can and there's a bunch of shit in it, I'm not coming over anymore.
Yeah, we're done. We're done here.
Relations
We're done.
canceled.
Yeah.
Get a bidet like a fucking educated person, all right? Quit living like a Neanderthal, wiping your ass with pine cones, and just get to the 21st century, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, all right?
It's bananas.
You know how many times I've argued to people about bidets? It's the hill I will die on, all right?
I back you every time.
Yeah, you do.
Live
and I appreciate
by the
that.
bidet.
Did we get a new bidet also?
Damn right we did.
Better
And
one.
it's got the option to hook up to hot water.
That's unreal.
And the cord isn't long enough for this bathroom. But however, we did the dimensions. We ran the numbers.
We
Crunched
ran
the
the
numbers.
numbers.
It'll work at the new place.
So
we
you guys
should
are
have-
going to relocate that bidet or what's
Yeah,
the
it's,
deal?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
Matt's. We'll put some heat behind it now. So it's going to have some.
Oh, that's so
Some warmth.
badass. That's so cool.
Yeah, so Jonah clogged the toilets. We had to pay $400 for that.
I went downstairs one day to do the laundry, and all of a sudden I'm stepping in shit.
No
Poop.
way.
What
Our
the
basement flooded with poo.
No
and wipes.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my god.
And I like walked around, tried to find where it was coming from, and, like the closer to the source that I got. Like I'm looking around and I see like toilet paper, and I'm seeing like little poop particles. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nothing scarier than that.
There's actually nothing worse than that.
Nothing. Nothing in the world.
Yeah.
Having to deal with my septic
Yeah.
tank one time.
Fuck.
One time
You had to get in there and swim around.
No, I finally figured it out, dude.
I don't even know. I don't think I know what a septic tank is. I get what it's got poop in it.
Yeah.
But is it just for places that don't have plumbing?
Yeah, places that don't have sewers.
Okay.
So
You
it's
build
like a mini sewer
Yeah.
of sorts. Like
like-
it's just a big
40
tank where all the
it's 40
shit
feet
goes.
in the it's like 40
And
feet
then-
in the ground.
And then
couple,
how
couple times a year, a truck comes and
sucks it
sucks
out,
it out.
and then they incinerate
And they
it.
dump it into the ocean. Got it.
more than likely.
Yeah.
Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy, dude.
Yep.
Still
The,
haven't seen it. I get it, bro. We're killing everything. I get it.
Yeah.
Enough with the documentaries. You know what I mean? We're terrible. We do everything wrong, and we're gonna kill our grandchildren. This is gonna happen. But like, you know, how many fucking documentaries can you make about how the grass is dying everywhere,
Right.
and it's gonna lead to the oceans rising? I get it, man.
I thought Gen Z was all about rainbows and butterflies.
Right.
Why are they bringing up the real shit?
Quit with the documentaries. How many ways can we die, first of all? Every time you see him do a documentary, it's like the bees. We've been talking about the bees forever, and it makes sense. We need the bees. I love the bees. But is it the bees that are going to get me, or is it the fucking fish? Or is it the rising oceans? What is it?
Or is it the warmth?
What's gonna get me first?
What's
Yeah.
going to get me? Or is any of it going to get me? You know what I mean?
right?
Not COVID.
COVID didn't. Am I immune to the oceans rising? Because I might be.
Clip it. Marcus, clip it.
Oh my god, dude.
Mark that.
Mark
that,
it.
that is too much.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like,
no, the documentary thing is way too
and
much.
I get it. And of course, like, obviously, we're destroying the planet. I mean, John Abraham can describe this better than anyone in the world. And you guys had him on your podcast. Like, but enough with the documentaries.
Enough with documenting the problems. We need solutions.
Right. That's the other thing, which is like, how many times? Yeah, I get it. My toothbrush is in the ocean and it's going to kill a sea turtle. I get it. But also, like, I'm not going to stop. I can't stop brushing my teeth.
Right.
So what's the solution?
Right. Yeah. Just lots of questions usually left with these documentaries. I saw a funny tweet the other day. Greta Thunberg, the Gen Z climate change lady.
Dare you?
She tweeted like something about Palestine when she meant Israel or one or the other. I couldn't remember.
She met Israel.
She meant
Israel.
Yeah.
The guy who started it, the founder of Israel. I met John Israel.
She met Mr. Israel.
And then I went over to Tommy Palestine. And I talked to him about what their issues were. I mean,
fucking Tommy Palestine.
So what were you saying?
And I said, hey, can't we all just get along?
When she went to Israel, is that what you're trying to say?
No. She was.
She met
She
Israel.
literally like no. She threw out a tweet.
Israel who?
She threw out a tweet that just said like, "Hey,
You can't meet a country.
Through a tweet.
She threw a tweet out and said, like, prayers for Israel, but like it was obviously for Palestine or whatever is going on right now in the world.
Yeah, very bad
And
stuff.
it's very terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But she tweeted like the wrong name. Well, I can't remember if it was Israel or Palestine, but she screwed it up, and then thousands of people were quote tweeting the tweet.
Oh, that's
with
devastating.
videos of them throwing
Oh no!
things that were supposed to go in the recycling in the normal trash. Do it again. It was the funniest thing in the world.
That's pretty.
Oh
funny.
my god, it was so funny. It was a trend on Twitter like 2 or 3 days ago. We're killing the world. Make a documentary on that. I thought that shit rocked.
You know the best way to solve that problem if you're Greta Thunberg?
Don't say anything.
And this is great advice for everyone actually, and everyone should heed this. Stop tweeting. Don't ever put another tweet out again. Everyone,
But Matt,
all at once.
What about the influence, dude? What about your influence in the world?
What?
What about your influence in the world about that?
I don't know. Call your brother. Call your brother. Ask him how he's doing. You know?
That's good
There's your
influence.
influence.
That's good influence.
That's a good point.
Some people just don't get their fix off of just calling their brother, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta whip off a good tweet.
Yeah.
You got great tweets, dude. If everyone tweeted like you, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's not. We got to throw the baby out with the bathwater because we've lost the privileges.
Some people. Mm-hmm. Speaking of documenting, I would love to document the story. So we are moving out. That's why we're here. We're leaving this studio. The progression of us deciding to leave out was rather quick. We had sat with each other for months saying, let's not go through the hassle. Let's run it back another year, and let's go for year 4. And we get to the time to sign the lease, and I'll leave out some things because it gets pretty fucking hilarious and very hairy. But we're supposed to sign the lease. We're 60 days out, and Maddie C buys a home, and all of a sudden it's like we're moving out, and now I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works. How just content and satisfied I was for just being in my same space and just ride it out. I wasn't very excited, but I was more so excited of not having to deal with moving, not necessarily staying. And to be leaving now, it's holy shit. Why didn't I think about this earlier?
This is way.
Yeah. Next stage. We've used this house to the max, and I was speaking with a couple friends recently, and I think it's the coolest thing. It's the end of an era because we are the home base of several friend groups. They meet here, and that's how everyone hung out the last year, especially with COVID. And losing that, I'm curious to see what happens. Will friends just we'll not see as many people as often because we are the home base. People come to us.
Or maybe at least smaller groups of hangouts instead of one big place where everyone could just come.
Right. But it has been hilarious to be that home base and just a Rolodex of people. Second wave, third wave of people. It's 3 a.m. You've seen 4 friend groups. Holy shit.
We've had just a revolving door on this place the last 3 years.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome
People
that
just
we've
coming
had
in
it.
and out.
I'm ready to be done. I'm stoked that we had it. I mean, between the Halloween party, the comedy,
Parties.
Halloween parties, but the big one that we threw the first year in our backyard with Yam House, And then
So sick.
That was
Concert
so
in the backyard.
We threw a concert in the backyard. We threw a comedy show in our house and had 70 people in the middle of the winter. We threw, God, at least a Halloween party every single year. You guys had an insane New Year's party where you did a full champagne shower in the living room.
We did that
twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
And then just about every Saturday night the last year.
For sure.
Really?
Backyard shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, the only thing you could do is chill in a backyard.
Every single bar
so-
was closed,
Right.
so people would just come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so fun. We've had some crazy times here. But I think that's the whole point of Andrew getting that too. It's like, we're not like, oh man, we have to move out. It's more like, thank God we're moving out.
Yeah.
We're finally, we did it.
We did it.
It's so sick.
No need to latch on to that anymore.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And you just, sometimes I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, and I felt this way in college too, which was like this, I moved, 3 times in college, which was just like, sometimes it just gives you another boost,
Mhm.
a change of pace, change of setting, just like recenters you, gets you out of your routine,
Mhm.
and just, I don't know, just kind of gives you more energy, which I was definitely feeling. Especially, there's something that's to be said about like living in the same place that you quarantined during COVID. Like, I feel like a lot of people are going to run into that, where they're like, after things get back to normal, they're just like going to see like maybe a spare bedroom that they had COVID in, and they're just going to be like, I can never go in there again. Like,
Right.
I
living
spent too
in
much time in that
Yeah,
insane asylum.
and just like going through the amount of like just stress and like emotional just turmoil that you have to do throughout, like especially at the beginning of COVID. I don't know, I just feel like it's just like scars you from the place that you did it in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be an aspect. There's going to be an aspect to that. It's kind of weird. But I do like what you're saying about like the change of pace thing, because when you put yourself in a new situation where you have to like adapt to a new routine, you just start to like rethink about your routine altogether. And it's kind of nice to change things up or make adjustments because you have to now at that point.
Yeah.
But like even for me in the RV now, it's like so much of my eyes have been opened up to.
Do you have a next plan?
No.
You're just, the RV is just the goal for the immediate future.
So my immediate future right now is this job that I'm on, which is ahead of schedule, by the way, for the first
a construction job
ahead
ahead
of
of schedule.
Yeah.
That's, Jesus.
crazy shit.
Guess who's in charge of the schedule?
Fucking
I got my
Cheese-
first. I got like my
Billy
first little.
Cheese over here.
Efficiency.
Yeah, the cheese man himself.
I get to. They let me run the schedule. for the first
100%
time.
responsible on it.
It's pretty
So
cool.
are you just fudging a few numbers and stuff?
No, I just
Yeah.
make sure the boys are getting their shit done, stay organized.
love
But so I'm scheduled to be on that job until November, December, and then basically the same exact job, replica job, is happening next door, and they're probably gonna want me on that one too. So there's a good chance I'll be in the RV for this year, and then my landlord's building a house, like a full house, on the property,
So you're
like
gonna steal
50
that?
feet away from the RV. So there's a good chance. My guess is he's gonna finish the house and want me to rent the house, and
Yep.
then I'll get rid of the RV. at
Wait,
that
why is
point.
he building that house?
So he can rent it as an as
Oh,
a
got
space, because he's been renting this land to people like me who come in for these jobs, or in the power plant on a bi-monthly or quarterly basis. I just happen to be here for an entire year-long project. Most people are only there for 3 months at a
Yeah.
time. So that's why I found this RV hookup, and it works great. But now he's just gonna build a house instead. And it's the sketchiest thing ever. Like, I'm giving him advice on like how to build the house. On like, he's hanging his frames and he's like, are these enough straps to hold it down? Like, what do I need to anchor it into the concrete? So I'm like doing all the math for him and then like helping him out with his trusses and shit. And I'm like,
Could you straight up build a house right now?
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
That's dope. I need to learn how to build a house.
I know what the steps are. I couldn't like physically. I would very much struggle with it, but I know like what would come next or what things to do, and so that's why I helped him build it. But I'm sketched out because like none of it's like permitted. All of it was just outsourced material from him and a side engineer that drew some stuff up for him. And then I helped him like verify the legitimate, like the layout of the entire house. So it's just like, oh shit. And then I'm helping him with his waterproofing and stuff too. But anyways, I think eventually I'll probably stay in that house. But then beyond that, I mean, I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like maybe Backpocket fucking goes worldwide, baby. And at that point, one of my ideas is to just do monthly rentals of Airbnbs, and you can live basically anywhere in the world from month to month basis on Airbnb, and it's like way cheaper than living in a house, like renting out a year-long lease somewhere.
Like an Airbnb is cheaper than a lease?
Yeah, so like Scottsdale, if you wanted to lease an apartment out, it's $1,400 to $2,500 per month.
Yeah.
You can also live in a room of a mansion for $600.
Right.
Or like a guest house for $750. Or like, again, it's a communal living space. It's not a totally private apartment, but like I'm also trying to meet the people I'm living with. Like book it for a month, see who you meet. Like that's how I freaking got my RV
they kill
gig.
You.
Right.
Right. Are they gonna kill me?
Right.
Am I gonna have to
I just
kill
think
them?
it's a phenomenal networking thing. Like if I wanted, like there's a chance I even go to California next if I'm still with PCL at the time.
Right.
So like that'd be sick to live in California, meet the people.
Airbnb Kerner's place.
Yeah.
Living there.
Yeah. Exactly. But
Is he gonna kill me?
Then you kill him.
Do I have to kill him?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows what the next move is, but it's kind of irrelevant, honestly.
It is wild to be your spokesman here in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's getting more difficult.
Right.
And I want you to say that.
Right. All three of us run that same train.
Yeah.
Consistently.
So many people ask, "What's Declan up to?" And I'm like,
Really?
I have no idea.
Let me just say, it sounds worse than it is. So every conversation about you starts is, okay, when I tell you, you have to realize, like, it's going good. All right? It's tough to explain what's happening right now.
I mean, I'm self-sustainable.
I think your social media has gotten better. It's cooled down. You were running hot there for a while.
Oh yeah.
You were running real hot.
Yeah. I had some dicey moments.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
I think we can say Christina entering your life has changed you.
Yes.
From that front. Because
looking
for back,
sure.
Right.
I'd probably say it's not too recent of a change on like 8 weeks probably.
I think you're just not as bored anymore. Like, you're just like
Totally.
sitting in your fucking RV alone, like, oh, what can I
conjure
do
up
here?
next?
What can I do here? And now you just have something to do.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, and it's not one of the first things Christina was seeing all the same Instagram stories or the same bullshit I was posting before. And so like one of the first things she said to me was like, you know, Declan, I don't think there's much effort. There's not much time spent I'm going to have in trying to control you or trying to make you a certain way. Like, I'm just basically going to let you play around and make sure it's okay. Like, make sure you're doing okay. Like, all I ask is that you respect me. So, like, yeah, have there been times where she's like, you're an idiot. Like, this doesn't make me look very good, or vice versa, you know? Those
Yeah.
some,
We all have those conversations
those are
with
all,
you.
those all, yeah.
We have those conversations with you on a weekly
It's-
basis.
I'm probably gonna have like 4 of those come out of this podcast.
Right, yeah.
The majority, it's I don't think it's a big deal. Someone explains to me as to why it's a big deal, and then I'm like, oh, that is a big deal. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's the basic format of how
Every
I learn.
conversation goes.
With me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you tell him? What do you tell him? Just, it's not going well for me, or what?
Oh, what do we tell them? People ask?
Friends?
No. We were kidding, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're ripping it up.
Yeah,
You're living
you're
your life.
you're
Dude.
killing
You're having
it.
fucking
Yeah.
blast.
I
You just have, it's just, it
There's
also
a lot to
depends
say.
on,
Yeah.
it also depends on who you're explaining it to.
Sure.
Just because, like, to the wrong person, explaining anything different than anything just unique and different to the wrong person is instantly like a losing battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're out to get you.
Right. When you're just like talking to someone who's kind of like, I don't know, either just too old. You're just like, why are you
A little
so
senile.
old? You're
Yeah.
too old for this, for the development of the world.
Sure.
And so you're never gonna convince that person.
Right.
But
I'm always just like, I don't know. He's out at RB in
Right.
Arizona.
I was
He
just-
seems to be happy.
I always go, it's a choice. It's a choice. He's not being relegated to this. This is a choice. So that means he's got other choices.
Right. No, yeah, I had other choices. I think it's just, it was definitely a unique situation. I just got lucky. Like it's the most financially and most reasonable thing to do.
What do you pay for an RB?
$600 a month,
It's pretty good.
and then $600 for the land. $600 each.
How
$1,200
much land do you get?
an acre.
An acre of land?
Yeah,
And a dog?
and a cat,
And a cat?
and a landlord who's usually not there.
And
So
a girlfriend? And how much does a girlfriend cost?
she pays me.
What? Jesus.
Decky landlord.
How do I arrange for one of those?
Be yourself.
That's it?
That's it.
It'll gravitate
Yeah.
towards you.
Someone will.
Speaking of, you're up next, Jack, because that's the other thing that's happened in the last 2 years, which was 2 years ago, we had about a group of 22 dudes, none with girlfriends, just like rolling out all to the bars all together.
Sweaty.
Going on a
That was the best.
sweaty, going
I
on a
miss those
tear.
days.
And now we're all wifed up.
Yeah. So you guys got to break up with your girlfriends. I mean, come on.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
I'm down.
That could be dope.
I'm down for some
There's
strife.
potential there.
There's potential there for sure.
Remember how much fun we used to have?
We're old, dude. I'm 20. I'm turning 29 in September.
All right, dude.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I know.
26. Be honest.
But where's it? Yeah, when's
I'm just
the,
kidding. Don't break up with your girlfriend.
When you,
I don't want anyone.
you're
to know.
up next, dude.
Yeah, you're.
What's she gonna look
You're
like?
on the chopping block.
Let's
dude.
tell us what she's gonna be like.
How if I know?
I want to hear what she's like.
Yeah,
tell
what's
me.
she like, Jack?
Tell me what this girlfriend that's coming up in your life is gonna be like.
Well, hopefully she responds to text messages because that usually doesn't happen
You want to be? Hold on.
unless it's my mom.
Well, that would be.
That's a great
That seems
start.
like a good starting.
We like that.
requirement.
That's a good
It's a
foundation.
good starting
Yeah.
requirement.
No,
Lay a
board-
good brick.
The board is impressed with the potential of maybe a girl responding to a text message.
Yeah. All right.
And I send very few. At least I don't know what how much the normal person texts, but
No,
I'm more of a conversationalist.
by the time you get a girlfriend, you're not gonna be texting much. I'll tell you that.
No.
As long
No,
as
I
if you're in the same
Frickin'
vicinity,
hope not.
if anything, you'll just be snapping them.
I don't like texting
hanging
anyone.
out with them in real life.
We also have FaceTime, which is
FaceTime.
like, how are you still texting when you have FaceTime?
Right.
But all right, continue.
Yeah. What other things she got going for you? She's
Is she
texting you
blonde?
back.
Is she brunette? How tall is she?
Well, hopefully
She into big fucking arms.
Clearly, she has to be.
she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen.
Has to be a 10.
Has to
No
be like
other
a
thing
12.
but that. Yep. Continue.
What if she's like a total psychopath? You find out like 2 weeks in.
Yeah, it's
Then you will stop talking to her.
how hot
Right,
is she though?
That makes sense.
You know.
Right.
Right.
So she needs
It's
to be
that graph.
beautiful.
You
What's
gotta look
like
at the graph.
personality
Gotta look at the
traits?
graph.
Like she says,
there's
she
a
says
cross.
one thing. She says one thing too, and everything starts to escalate from there. You get a boner immediately.
Whoa. What conversation are we having?
She's watched the Eagles documentary. I think
Yes.
that if she says that,
Big
Jack
fan
gets
of that.
Jack gets
Yeah.
an immediate.
How
boner.
tall is she? Let's ask this. An easy question.
5'10".
Honestly, physical attributes aren't super important.
I know.
Okay.
What year? 6'3"?
How
About-
old is she? Here's the real question.
Okay, that's a better question. I don't know what my
Your range?
range is, but I would say within 2 years.
18.
Either way.
18 to 21.
Let me set that for you.
I'm 25.
We're gonna draw a thick line in the sand right there. All right.
I'm 25, so
Yeah.
we'll say 23 to 27.
23 to
Oh, yeah.
27.
If you could pick up or down, which one would you go?
I don't know. I really don't.
Dude, recent bias for me and Andrew is date up.
Yeah.
Go after the girls who've been through their 20s and are dialed in as to who the hell they are.
Yeah.
Because by the time they get to that point, at least from my experience, again, biasy, I have a little bias here, but they usually go through the fleeting 20s of like not wanting to date anyone. and then they all of a sudden figure themselves out, and then they're like, maybe I'm
Wait.
ready.
So what you're saying is go for older girls because I can't get girls my age because they don't want to date
No, you'll
anyone?
get girls your age, but they're just gonna abandon you at some point.
Oh
because
my
they're-
god. It's so dark. My girlfriend's our age.
Well, because
Right.
she's mature and she gets life, and she's just
She's
a
cool
rock
and
star.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's cool as shit. She's diamond in the rough.
Mhm.
Those are the kind of girls you're looking for, anyways.
I'm looking for a diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough.
Is there any other way to explain it?
All right. Do we have any like sisters of friends we could call? We gotta do this, dude.
Why is it so
We
important?
gotta figure this out tonight.
What's the matter with
Alright.
being?
Actually, that
what's
is
the
like
matter
a-
with being single?
There's nothing.
That's
There's
a big
nothing wrong.
recent pet peeve of mine, though, is like the guy who gets the boyfriend that like wants to hook up, or the guy who gets the girlfriend who has other friends who like wants to hook up her other friends with your like in my case like you or anybody else. Like such a pet peeve of doing that shit because I've been in those receiving ends of those
Oh, yeah,
situations,
it's the worst.
and they're actually the worst thing in the world.
And it just ruins
And that
potential
happens
cool
to me.
friendships.
Right.
Right.
Not, yeah.
Totally. Totally. I know. Matt,
We're all thinking of
We're
one.
all thinking of
We're
one.
all thinking of one.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, that's a big pet peeve. So I would just telling you, verbalizing this here. I would never.
No, that's the worst when someone's like, "Oh, you're single? I have a single friend." It's like,
You guys should totally meet and like also.
I don't know her. First of all, not that I'm against meeting new people, but we're
She's a stranger.
we're complex people.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just being single.
Yeah. No. It's.
Yeah.
Maybe you go on the date night podcast.
Maybe she's into
dude.
astrology, and I'm out. Just kidding.
Whoa, dude, that's
Wow.
a
That's
serious
That's a hard
attack.
stance.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
That's
Jeez.
a fire moon comment right there.
That is
It's such a fire
Yeah, it's
moon
a
comment.
warrior's move.
such a Capricorn move by you, Jack.
Dude, you're such a fucking. What's the one that they all hate?
The samurai moon.
The Capricorn.
The
Sometimes
sign that everyone hates.
Oh, the sign.
Oh, the Cancer?
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Way too soon.
Sagittarius,
Sag-
Leo.
Way too soon.
Is it a Sagittarius? Doesn't it start with an N? What's the one that starts with an N?
There's one with an N. Neptune.
Neptunian.
Neptunian.
Marcus, you got anything?
I'm a
No.
Virgo. What does that mean?
Virgo. Yeah.
Sounds like a virgin. I never liked it.
Right.
Makes you sound like a
I
fucking.
think it's
I'm
like
an
when
Aries,
Also
and my
the-
sign is a vagina.
It is a vagina.
It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And also a Virgo. I've read the thing because all girls are somewhat into astrology.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, what's up with that? Why
Taylor
are
is, too.
girls
She's
so
just
into
like-
astrology?
She's like, I'm not into it, but it's super on point for me. And I'm like,
Every
then
time.
you are into it. No, I remember.
Someone explained this to me. Like, what's like the recent surge in girls our age being so into astrology?
Because they're trying to find matches, dude, and this is like the
Right.
board game that tells you how like how you
Yeah.
get matches.
It's also
And-
just like no one has jobs anymore, so
Right.
they're just bored as shit. They have to do something.
We watch
Religion's
every-
too scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Might as well go with fucking
Yeah,
Might as well,
signs.
yeah.
might as well
It's
follow
so
the
true.
stars.
It used to be religion, but now it's just like,
fucking air signs.
yeah.
I guess that
Yeah.
checks out.
Yeah.
No, but a Virgo. Taylor read it to me one time. It's just like a fucking dork. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like this, like really, like, oh, you're really shy, but you're actually a really fun person. And it's like what? That's makes me sound like a fucking dweeb. And then Taylor's was like,
And did Taylor go, it's kind of you.
it's kind of you. But
Yeah.
like, if you think about it like this, like maybe you overcame this, and you were like,
You're a level 2.
yeah, you're level 2, and she's a Taurus, and she's like, I'm a Taurus. It's dead on because I'm super stubborn. I'm like, shut the fuck up. First of all, but then I read, and she was right. I mean, there was some things on there that like were
There always are.
there always are. That's the thing. I brought up like 4 random ones. I was like, name another sign. I brought it up and I just linked them all back to her. And I was just like, this is you. No, I think you're a Sagittarius. I don't think you're. When was your birthday? But
It's so funny.
Yeah.
We actually kind of need some dialogue between like someone who's super knowledgeable on this and us. Like I just want to talk. I want them to woman-splain this to us.
We already had
Yeah.
that. We had Alex Fenner on.
Right.
yeah.
We could do it again though.
Okay.
I
Matt,
just want.
I'll say I'm more into a girl that's into religion as opposed to astrology.
Astrology. Yeah.
Nice. Get yourself a nice Catholic woman.
And I shouldn't say more into like that. I'm
Yeah. Like a Jehovah's Witness.
yeah. Like,
Market.
I want a girl that's going knocking on doors
Yes.
for me, you know?
Yeah.
For you. Hi, would you like to join the Jack Burke Foundation?
He wants a cult. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know,
Makes
have you ever
sense.
heard of David Koresh?
Yeah. That's a good thing to aim for.
Just so we're clear, it's not what I'm going for. That's a joke.
How are you doing in those presses over there?
Killed.
You killed him?
Yeah.
Murdered.
I'm empty.
How
I
much?
also felt like shit this morning. How'd you guys feel?
I was a little groggy.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
feel great.
Smoked a
rough.
victory joint last night. That helped a little bit.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Victory.
I woke up at like normal hours. I woke up at fucking 5 o'clock this morning.
Why?
I don't know. I just did.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
Yeah.
But,
It-
dude, what time do we have to leave? Is this coming up here?
Yeah. Probably.
Dang.
We should probably wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
What are you
Should
guys?
we-
Are you guys recording another podcast?
Yeah, we're gonna go head to
We're
straight
going
candid.
to straight candid.
Oh hell yeah!
We're gonna do a truth or drink podcast.
And we're just
Holy
doing.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm like legitimately nervous showing up to their podcast.
That's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be good, but
People-
also
yeah.
it's gonna be. There's gonna be something on there, and I'm gonna be like, I don't want to fucking answer this. I'm
Drink.
drinking.
Yeah. Drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be drinking all night.
I might just get wasted.
Yeah.
And they want a crowd, so there's gonna be a live audience.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
After,
At the Sid's apartment. You can come if you want.
I don't want to come.
Right.
I mean, I would love to come. I would love to come.
Thanks for being honest,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Anyways.
we
It's a
appreciate it.
No, it actually would be a
Thursday.
blast, but it's a Thursday. Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
So we're heading there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's a crazy progression, honestly, telling this, just speaking my mind right now. Like, those ladies started in June. Since their first podcast, they hit numbers that we'd never seen in
yeah,
our
they're
4
the
years.
shit. They're great.
And then like now we're getting to the point where I'm like legitimately like thinking about what I'm gonna say on this fucking podcast.
There's so
Like,
many people listen to
it's
it.
just like so. I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
We're actually nervous.
What did I say the last time I was on this one? I was like, those girls are going to the moon.
Yeah, I mean
That
Andrew
was
and I.
like before they started. I was like, those girls are going to take you places. Not that you guys aren't capable of taking yourself places, because obviously you
Yeah.
play a huge part in it.
Right.
But I was like, that is
Yeah.
a recipe for success.
No, they're great for a billion reasons.
Yeah.
It was just it's just an awesome opportunity for Andrew and myself to actually implement the things that we've been working
it,
so
yeah.
hard on and learning for
Yeah.
the last 3-4 years. Like, they were so shocked that like they had a TikTok blow up and then all of a sudden their podcast got a shit ton of downloads. It's like
That's
Andrew
how.
and I-
That's the game.
Andrew and I
Yeah.
were like, dude, you guys put out something viral, and then we made sure there was a link basically attached to it so
Right.
that we could grab as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Anyways, it
We've
was
laid
just
the
like,
bricks.
laid the bricks. So
Yeah.
that's where we're heading. But I guess, yeah, let's just finish with, I was going to say we should finish with, like, one of our favorite memories of the house, dude.
It's a good one.
There's so many.
Do you have one, Chuck? Cheese?
I think one that I really enjoy is wait, there's so many of them, but I would say one in particular was the comedy show and how we rigged a stage. One of the kids that I knew had a PA. We rented like 69, 70 chairs. It was a massive snowstorm. We had everyone come through the back, trudge through the back. I remember shoveling all the snow and making a pathway to the back. And Andrew was at the back making sure people took off their shoes. We had everybody take their shoes off.
The chicks
We
were
had-
not happy.
We had we had kegs, and we had like 5 or 6 comedians perform.
Yeah.
And that was one of
That
the
was
coolest
sick.
things
That was
we've ever
fun.
done by far, and just threw a party after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal.
You could go down the party rabbit hole. There's so many.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the two memories that come to mind are, well, one, the Halloween party is just almost impossible to beat. The first one,
Yeah. Yam house in the backyard.
Yam House in
Yeah.
the backyard, has got to just be one of my favorite memories of all time.
Yeah.
And then
You and Jack on the roof was
Me and
nuts.
Jack on the roof.
Doomer. Yeah.
Nuts.
me and Dooms on the roof.
Yeah.
And then also, it wasn't in this house, but I think Bocella 2 was obviously a blast, but something about Bocella 1, because it was small, it was more intimate, it was just like,
Right.
it was less like people reach from the podcast and more just our friends from college,
Mhm.
like that bought tickets. And it was kind of smaller, and Yam House played on that. That might have been one of the more fun things I've ever done too. Or that time that I hit that spider with that apple.
Oh, wait
The
a second. The
lime.
lime.
With the lime.
Yeah.
That was the
That
coolest
was a great
thing.
moment too, dude.
That was
Fucking corner
unreal.
shot.
Yeah, dude.
For context, there was a spider on the ceiling, and Matt was just like, I'm going to kill this thing, and had a lime in his hand and just did a nice little underhand toss. Nailed it. And we all went nuts.
Smashed it. Yeah.
There's an amazing video of that, and we're
Yeah.
just carrying him around like he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously the Yam House concert, that's like second to none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have a concert at their own house?
Right.
We had a sound permit and everything. Cops rolled by every time. We're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a sound permit.
Yeah.
We had guns.
That
we had
was-
everything.
That was so much fun. Just had the guy's bathroom in the laundry basement,
Oh,
the-
yeah.
laundry room in the basement.
Right, because we didn't want to rent a porta potty, so
Yeah.
we just sent
So
them.
we just
we only
sent
had
them
that
to pee
one
in our
bathroom.
Everyone
laundry
go
sink.
piss in the
The
sink,
sink,
in
yeah.
the slop sink.
You know what to do from here.
Girls get the bathroom, guys get the slop sink.
Run the water.
That was
Yeah.
Run the water.
So like, yeah, I'll say that, but I think just like Saturday mornings, like college football,
Mm.
like just watching college football with you guys, like it'd be just a room full of guys, we all have our shirts off, like just throwing out. We just watch football, like Saturdays and Sundays in the fall was like the best.
When we figured out how to put the TV like up against the window, and we were able to be outside but also watching TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd have like 3 TVs going at once.
One of my favorites too was when LSU beat Georgia, and Andrew was so mad at Declan because of how you were acting.
Yeah, I was like, you don't even fucking like LSU, dude. You got no family
You
ties.
got no family ties. You just fucking like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No right.
I'd say those, and then just like what we alluded to earlier, like the rooms or the nights, like in this room, just kind of like
Yeah,
a bunch of
for
people
sure.
Oh yeah.
happy, hanging out, listening to music,
Mhm.
playing music.
Yeah, finishing the night here, finishing the night at Uptown Diner. Shit
Yeah.
like that. Just
Just-
rocks.
That first summer rocked.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
that first summer was we were
just
at-
walking to Uptown Diner, shit faced.
Yeah. Sally's and Uptown Tavern and Stella's.
Annie sleeping in the booths.
Sleeping in the booth. I
Lit-
probably fell asleep too.
Can't leave out Uptown or
What the fuck is gluten?
What
I'll
the,
square up on. I'll find you, gluten. I'll square up on
what
you.
the fuck is gluten?
Going
Uh,
to Soho Cafe.
Yeah, getting some Stromboli.
Amen to
Going
that, dude.
Screaming it.
Mm.
Dude, totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Making the home base. I think that's not something I'll never forget. That's something I'll be like cherishing forever.
Yeah.
I never cared how many people came through because I knew there was space for it. It's
Right.
like cracks me up. It's like, yeah, you sure come over Saturday. What time? Yeah, I'll be here. That for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
After college, like we literally. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, you're still in that frat house." At some points, I would fight. I'd be like, "Hey, it's an Airbnb. We work. You know, we have jobs."
Yeah.
We have like it's nice. There's stained glass windows.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an expensive house.
It's an expensive house. But it was it had the frat feel for sure.
Yeah, we were in college 3 years after college.
college.
We were in
With-
college 3 years with paychecks.
With
Yeah.
paychecks.
We got
Yeah.
paid.
And we didn't have to go to class ever.
Yeah. Let's close this chapter though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
move
I'm ready
on.
to move on. We all grew up, dude. Jack got
Yeah.
big ol' arms.
And we may never see each other again,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
don't
fine.
think. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I don't know if
Right.
we'll ever see each other again.
I won't. I don't think I'll see you.
I know for a fact I won't be seeing you.
Thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we grew up. Jackie, right? With Deck said you got big old arms. Matt, you got a couple new moons.
I got a couple new
And
moons.
Decky's got a mullet, and I like dogs.
I think that's a wrap, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's a wrap. That's a fucking wrap.